You're watching McKinney Vision, online, on air.
Hello, I'm Carl Schuckman along with Mayor Brian Loughmiller, and this is McKinney's Mayor's Minute. This is an incredible day because even though we've taped this a little bit ahead of time, we've got some incredibly good news with Raytheon.
Yeah, we do. You know, Raytheon is our #1 employer in McKinney, currently with 3,600 employees, and we just really appreciate them being here. And now with the latest announcement that they're essentially expanding, bringing another division to McKinney out of California with new employees, new jobs, and high-end jobs. It's a great thing for the city of McKinney.
The thing that kind of blew me away, it's a national story,
right?
And it's certainly a state story because I think didn't this thing really break out of Austin?
Well, it did and it didn't. You know, we've been meeting with Raytheon, and obviously any type of economic development project, there's a number of people that are involved. You know, it's a collaborative effort. It's the city, it's our Economic Development Corporation. A lot of times it's you know, the state, you know, because they have an economic development office. It's meeting with, you know, obviously the government affairs people from the various corporations. So it's definitely something that we all had to work together on.
These things don't just happen. I mean, Raytheon didn't just say, okay, one day I'm going to throw a dart at a board and have it. It's kind of a collaborative effort with all the things that you have talked about, whether it's quality of life, whether it's transportation issues. Talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, it really is. And you know, one of the things that when I go out and talk to people, and especially when I talk to new companies that are looking at McKinney, one of the things that I tell them is, and kind of like it's almost funny, I said we have the perfect storm. And by that I mean we have a combination of a highly educated population, we have high wage earners, but we have a low cost of living. So when you take a lower cost of living coupled with the quality of the individual that lives here, the quality of life, the quality of our schools, you know, our regulatory practices, it all fits together into a package that is, you know, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat from a standpoint of another state, another location, another city. So it takes all of that.
We're doing some work with some of the businesses in town. One of the things that I have asked them, that they've all said they love the small town feel, and yet at the same time, their businesses is challenging. And if they're not good, they're not going to make it.
Right.
But they all say that probably the biggest reason that McKinney is so attractive is the accessibility of you and council. Is everybody are you guys aware of this, or is it something you strive for, or is it just kind of a natural type thing?
You know, it's funny because I don't really talk to what other mayors do in their cities, you know, on a regular basis. Ever since I've been on the council, I always walked into it with the idea that, okay, I've chosen to volunteer in this capacity. I don't do anything half speed. And so if I'm putting myself out there as a public official, as a mayor, I'm going to be accessible, not just to our businesses. I mean, I get emails from people on everything from, you know, you name it, individuals wanting to know about something going on their street, and I try to respond to that because I think that's really what they expect. And it does get harder as the city grows, but it also helps because these companies, you know, you always talk about business retention. Well, a big part of business retention is letting companies know that they continue to be valued in your community after they get here. We're not just going to get them here and then say, oh, thanks a lot, and then move on to the next company. So it's very important.
One of the things, too, that they said is it's not so much going to a meeting or a city council meeting.
Right.
They love the fact that they see you at events. You know, we've had so many events this spring that it just goes on. Don't you get worn out every once in a while?
Well, you know, it's funny you said that because this week's a perfect example. I came home Tuesday night and my wife looked at me and she said, do you have something every night this week? And I said, well, no, I don't have something every night this week. I have something every night this week plus 2 things on Saturday morning and 1 thing Sunday afternoon. But, you know, I try to balance it out as best I can. Sometimes things, you know, catch up and you have multiple events. But again, you know, that's part of the, it's hard to explain to people, you know, it's not just our Tuesday night meetings, you know, it's Relay for Life, it's this Tonight Strikes Against Cancer, it's our health initiative with the school district, it's, you know, a lot of times companies come in town to see the city and they're interested in being here. They might only be here 24 or 48 hours. So it's not like we can sit there and go, okay, I'll have a meeting with you a week from now. It's, okay, we're having a dinner Wednesday night. So yeah, it's, I do get at times a little bit worn out. You know, last night was was up till 1 o'clock in the morning getting ready for today, so.
Well, and I think too that part of the charm of McKinney is that there is that accessibility, that everybody's kind of aware of that goes along with the job. And the thing I like about it, you turn it into fun. I mean, you and I are at a lot of different events, whether it's you know, the opening of the dog park or it's something that's happening downtown, and we turn it into where it is fun.
Yeah, and it is. It's a lot of fun. We have a great community. We have a lot of great people that live here. And I think it's amazing, you know, when you can go out somewhere and, you know, you run into people you know all the time. And you run into kids and they get excited because, oh, look, it's the mayor. And I kind of joke with them and say, where? And, you know, and they, oh, yeah, that's me. But yeah, that's the fun part of it.
Oh, good. Congratulations on the Raytheon thing. That's
Thank
really
you.
terrific. And that's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the McKinney's Mayor's Minute.